Well, I made it. Yeah. I'm in Entebbe in the stay apart hotels and been in this actual room before when I came with Gareth. And you can see the sights and sounds of old Entebbe in the background there. What a palaver when I finally got to the airport. Just before getting on the big flight um, from Heathrow down to Kigali, I got an email on my phone and it said, um, due to operational procedures, we are bringing the Kigali flight forward, which meant that I'd be arriving after the second flight left, which was a bit of a disaster because, the itinerary after today is full on. So so then it then it said, you can ring this number, which was a UK number, or you can send us an email. And I rang the number didn't exist, and I sent an email, and the email bounced back. So I'm like, is this a scam, or is this, what's going on here? But then I had to board the flight, so I didn't have much choice but to come in faith and see what happened when I got to Kigali. Now, fortunately, praise the Lord, the main flight actually arrived earlier than expected by about 35 to 40 minutes. And the captain actually came over the tannoy on the main flight and said, for those who have had an email, we just let you know, if you're going to Entebbe, they are going to wait for you because we are early. So all that palaver, me wondering if I just scraped through, would my suitcase follow me? That was the next thing. And yes, it did. I rushed through. You had to go through security to even do a transfer. Did that, and then went to gate number 4, and it said on the screen, gate closed. But because they knew we were coming, there was about 6 people who they let through by the skin of our teeth. But that's the precarious nature of traveling, particularly in Africa. Things can change all the time, and we just praise the Lord that we managed to get there. Sorry, I'm a bit disheveled, but I've just come in, put some shorts on, and I had a cup of coffee, not tea, and I'm looking forward now to having a good night's sleep because we're up at 10 o'clock in the morning to go to, me and Pastor Santid are going to go to Malabar, which he assures me we'll be there in 5.5 hours. So we'll call that 8. Nothing against Pastor Sharma, but I've done this so many times. There is an expressway now which cuts around Kampala from Entebbe. I remember back in the late 90s, the Entebbe road was just absolute bedlam. It was a bit like this road here, but they had a World Bank loan or a gift, I'm not quite sure, the government did, and they built a 3-lane each way expressway. So it takes you all the way from Entebbe, all the way around Kampala, and then it goes back to a 2-lane, 1 lane either way road near Makono. So that really gets clogged up because you've got all of the massive lorries that are coming from Mombasa all the way through Kenya, through the Tororo or Malabar border crossing, and they're trying to get to Kampala while the other traffic's trying to go the other way. And then if a lorry driver sees a chicken on the stick and feels hungry on the side of the road, he just stops his lorry and he's there chomping on a chicken on the stick, and everyone's going beep 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 beep. It's chaos. But Yeah, so we are going to leave after the morning rush hour, so leave here about 10. Hopefully we'll get there about 5 or 6, and then we go into stay in a place I haven't stayed before, Greystone Hotel. £14 a night. So that's not bad, and that includes breakfast. So I hope we're not eating cat or anything like that, anything dodgy. Just kidding. But yeah, and then really looking forward on Friday, which I'll do a short video about once we get up to Malabar, to see and ordain Pastor Sharma, his wife Pastor Devi, and Apostle Alex Mosh, who's coming over from Kenya. And that will be really good. Bishop Wycliffe is coming, Pastor Kumu's coming, there's a load of pastors coming from around the town, because Sharma and Devi have been serving their community for 30 years and they've never had any kind of recognition for their work. So this will be really good. He runs a radio station, so I've been slowly helping him with equipment, and I brought a little pile of equipment with me. And he runs a primary school. I was going to say juniors, but it's primary. Little school as well, nothing fancy, but he's faithful. He's faithful. And I'm really looking forward to it. And then we go into dedicate straight after the ordination, which is happening at 11 o'clock on Friday. He's got a number of dignitaries coming, the mayors come in, some Kenyan and other Ugandan radio station leaders are coming. So he's broadcasting currently on YouTube, but it would be lovely at some point to get him to get, or help him to get, a commercial FM license for his area, because people still tend to listen that way. So lots of ideas, and then we'll have a big meal then on Friday with some of the pastors that come, and on Saturday that's going to be a long day, because we're coming back from Malabar. So if you imagine Kampala's here and Malabar's all the way over there, so you've got Kampala, Ginger, Iganga, Malabar. On the way back we're going Malabar, Iganga, then we're going north up to Buvlambuti to see the progress that's been made on Pastor Ayub's church. Little bit of potted history, not too long. He built a new church around and above the old church that was there, which really looked rough. Not the new one, the old one. And then once the roof was on, which we helped finance, you guys, brilliant, because it's lovely to feel like we're all part in this together. And then, even though you might not be here with me, you have come to Uganda. You will see Ayub's church and Irina, his wife, and you'll see now that they've got the roof done. They've got around the sides of the church done. I've been putting out on the daily devotional the inside, and that's what we need to focus on. Concrete in the floor. We've already raised some money for that, so that's brilliant news. I'll be giving him some money to at least get some of the materials in. Some of the bags of concrete now can be stored inside the church, which is lockable now. It wasn't before. And we will eventually lay the concrete floor, and we'll line all of the inside wall with kind of like MDF, but it's actually more natural wood. And then we'll put electricity in, put lights in. So it'll look really nice when it's done, and we'll eventually put a a stone skirt around the outside of the church for two reasons. If it rains, it really rains, and we don't want the water just travelling inside the church. And also, on a nice day, the skirt will be so wide, so it'll actually come as a sitting area all the way around the church, if they do outside events and so on. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm absolutely shattered, because I think when you're going on a mission, you've got the excitement of what's ahead. So I didn't sleep well Monday night into Tuesday. I probably had 3 or 4 hours sleep. Then I was up about 2:30, making sure I'd done all the devotional posting and scheduling. Couldn't get back to sleep. So then, you know, I did some more stuff on Tuesday, but come 10:30, I was gearing up, drop some stuff down the post office, do this, do that, the other, and then I got on a train and came up to London, and you've seen those couple of amateur videos. At least this time I've got a tripod, so it's not shaking about all over the place, and hopefully the sound is a bit better. So live and learn, you know, learn every day. But thank you. Keep praying. I'll give you a little update tomorrow. Some people have messaged me to say, can you show us what it's like on a rough road? Absolutely, no problem. We'll do all of that. And can you show us some of the kiosks that sell produce? So down here, there's, if I go that way, there's some kiosks down there. So I'm having chicken tonight with rice in an hour or two. Not quite sure how long the chicken's been there, but whether it was killed today or a fortnight ago. And I've just said to Gilbert, who's cooking it for me in part of the guest house, that just cook it well, please. And hopefully we won't get any problems with the belly tomorrow. Oh dear me. So and thank you if you've given. Thank you, because when I look back at things we've done, you know, I can see my end, who it is that has given, and how many people have given to a particular thing. So the KJP Sunday School, about 50 people got together to, or contributed to that. The borehole project, 34 I think on that. The paver project, which was a really big project for KJP, 97 people, something like that. And so far with this project now with Christ Pool Church, I think we're up around the 50 mark. So isn't it wonderful that the Imani family who read the devotional may get inspired? And I know I harp on about, can you help with this, can you help with that? But most of these people have got nothing, absolutely nothing. And you'll see that when we go up to Christ Pool. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. Between everything we've done, I'll have to do a video on that sometime, because you'll be surprised how much has been provided and how much we've helped people over the last couple of years. But I think altogether there's been about 200 people who've given, and God bless you richly for doing that. You don't have to do it. I know some people can't afford to do it, and that's fine. You can afford to pray, and please pray. So I'm rabbiting on again. We're at nearly 15 minutes. Thank you if you watched all the way through. Could I encourage you to look for on YouTube Imani Devotional, and then go on the channel and subscribe to it, because that's where we keep a record of all of this stuff, and we'll you know, it builds up over time. So please think about doing that. I'm going to sign off because I can talk underwater, and I will come back and do another video tomorrow. God bless you. Bye.